Hey everybody, Grace here. Welcome to another video. I was going to play a ladder match or two, so I thought I'd go ahead and throw on the recorder and let's do it. I also wanted to talk a little bit about kind of this newest version of fairies that I've made. I kind of had some debate after I got that third place with fairies, with a deck very similar to this, if I would continue to play the deck, or if I'm like, hey, I did my thing. I topped with fairies. I did. I reached that milestone. Let's try to do it with something else weird now. But I really can't stop playing this deck. I think it's so much fun to play. And I mean, if you're not having fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh, then what are you doing? I mean, I see people all the time just whining about how dumb this game is, but then they continue to play it. It's like, I just don't get it. If you're not having fun, then, go find another hobby. So I want to play this deck because it's just it's a blast to play. Like, we got to be realistic about, where it fits in the meta. It's probably tier 2 at best, but at the same time, I want to keep trying to make it as good as possible. So here's kind of the newest version of it. A lot of the stuff is fairly similar. Like the monster lineup is virtually the same from what I played at the PWCQ, minus I took out one Faith from the main deck and put a Tribe in the main deck, and it's a perfect change. I'm really glad I did that, of course. Tribe is just so good, and you have plenty of discard fodder sometimes when you need to get like a second light in the grave for soul impurity, or you have extra shine balls in your hand. Yeah, so I took second Faith out, put it in the side deck, and put a Tribe in the main deck. The spell lineup I think is exactly the same. I really like having these kind of utility spells like Mind Control, Smashing Ground in the main. I really like Smashing Ground in this deck. I could even consider a second version of it if you wanted to. And like I mentioned before in other videos, there's so many ways you can play fairies. You can play like a even more trap heavy lineup version of the deck if you cut the the upstarts, and you could even cut the swaps and go with less of the angels or something. I don't know. There's plenty of ways you could do this. Run like a heavier trap lineup. You could run like a chaos version. Tons of ways it can go. This is just my version that really focuses on the light monsters. And then the trap lineup is kind of the other main thing that's changed a lot. Previously, I was running like double jar and then some other traps. So I took the jars out. They're great for like consistency and stuff, but I finally come around to maining Royal Decree because it just can be a blowout card in certain matchups, and at the right time, it can just completely change the game. Even though tons of people are running chainables game 1, that was kind of my concern with this card, but it's proven itself worth it in the main deck, even with all the chainables floating around. Then 2 dust shoots, kind of shore up the chaos matchup or control matchup, and then ring and mirror force. So the thing that I've noticed with this deck is it has a pretty good matchup against turbo. It has a decent matchup against control, I would say, because you run Zaborg and ways to like clear tokens quick with the shine balls and stuff. So I feel like it's a decent matchup against control, but really it shines against turbo in my opinion because of the creature swap plays that you can do. There's a Borg. I've talked plenty of times why I think this deck matches up well against turbo. However, the areas where I've really struggled with this deck is playing against the aggro matchup, whether that's warriors or kind of the the new pile type stuff that's around that you might have seen in my last video. Decks like those I have really been struggling with playing this deck. And I've tried several different things to kind of remedy the aggro matchup. Some things I've tried is I've done like a double Mobius, double brain control type thing, which is pretty good, but still I just feel like the deck lacks defense. And I just feel like the matchup is kind of tough. And so one of my ways to kind of remedy that I have tried is running a control package. So basically I would side into the goats, the metas, Sanguine, Serp, and Faith for some extra level 1s. And then of course I would take out the dust shoots and replace them with these 2 battle traps to kind of help that as well. You can run like double Saku. I just put the widespread ruin in for fun. Doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, kind of siding into a little bit of control stuff to kind of shore up the aggro matchup. I've also tried like just a ton of siding into a bunch of extra traps, but at the same time I really want these decrees against warriors. I also did in that tournament the triples on Byra BLS thing, which was okay. But I feel like a lot of times they have removal for the Zombira and then you just get ran over. But I really like the control package. So that is kind of my solution to trying to beat warriors and stuff. And still, I've really struggled against it, even playing this version of the deck. I haven't found quite the remedy yet to clean up that matchup, but we'll get there. I think the deck just naturally doesn't have a good matchup against aggro, and I think you just take that. I mean, if you have a good matchup against turbo, and you had a good matchup against warriors as well, then it would be the perfect deck. I've got Joey Jordison. I like these sleeves, very cool. Nice guy. All right, so go ahead and do Venus. Good opening hand. And then I will go ahead and Graceful just to get the Shining Angel out of my hand, because we have plenty of them. And then the second card is kind of what I'm thinking about. I think I'll ditch Freed or Prima. I think I'll go Freed, so we can revive it if we need to. I tend to play a little bit quicker on ladder just because I don't know. I don't want to take my time too much. So the question here is creature swap or Zaborg. I think I like the creature swap first because then I can at least get like a Magician of Faith set. So I'm going to do that. They chain ring or something, then they chain ring. So it's a spy. And I will just attack. All right. Not a bad little start here. This is what I'm saying. Like this, I don't know if this is turbo or not. Warriors are playing spies nowadays, but having a hand like this is just so good against turbo. You can steal their flips like this. Sometimes they have to knock their own stuff. Yeah. And I'm certainly tempted. We'll see how the game plays out. So even just leave this setting here, because I don't want to give him a free dark in the grave. But we'll see how it kind of plays out. Oh, I completely forgot to set the Faith. Yeah, it's a misplay. I talked about that, and then I forgot to do it. So that's all right. Well, I'm glad I didn't set the Faith because he probably would have been tempted to Minecon it there. So kind of got away with one. So a few different ways I can approach this. A lot of different ways I can approach this. I think I like going with the Zaborg here. I think this seems like a good time to go for this. Yeah, and hit the face down. Oh, he drew multiple spies. That sucks. Then let's just see if this attack goes through. I could probably keep spy and attack and keep pressing with it. So he hesitated for a second, so he might have like a Raigeki break or something and just didn't feel like he had anything good to discard to deal with the Zaborg. So drawing pretty well. Pot of Greed. Let's just attack with this. Not get crazy. And then set the Faith. I need to probably use this Rhoda soon because I don't want to draw into... so he has double Minecon in the main. Interesting. Because I have only 2 warriors left. I'll use it if I draw into the 3rd warrior. I don't want to use it yet because I want to save the utility, you know. Alright, so we know he has a Minecon, but it really doesn't matter now because we already used our faith. But we'll have to keep that in mind. Could get more aggressive if I wanted to with this Prima and stuff, but there's no point. We're like up in resources, and in fact he has to ring our Venus is a good sign. Dust Shoot was a great draw there. Definitely getting all the cards we need against Turbo. Minecon, Nox, Solemn, Prima. Okay, so this is like warriors, or like kind of the pile type stuff. Really can't do a lot here. So I think we just win. Okay. Drew pretty well there. So I assume he takes the Minecons out. I think against this I do like going into the control stuff. Yeah, I think I do. So we'll put those in over that. I'll put in the over the upstarts, but this is all subject to change. I think I do actually like the battle traps, so I'll put those in over the Minecon and over the Minecon and over probably I'll take out one of the angels, and I need to get a Mobius in here over one of the Zaborg. I think is nice. And then, yeah, that seems fine enough. We'll. Oh gosh, I forgot these 3. Yeah, I need to like, really iron out the siding strategy here. I don't like Blade Knight into a lot of this stuff, just because it's never up to 2,000 attack. And then I'll take out the. I guess I'll take out a Prima, which doesn't feel great, and then the Rhoda, because I'm taking out so many other monsters. I don't know. A little too scattered on my siding there, but I don't want to take an hour to decide. And another juicy hand. Yeah, definitely gonna have to sit down, maybe like go into solo mode and make sure I have the siding strategy ironed out against a deck like this, because you know most of the time if it's like standard warriors, I'll take out the Nox, which leaves room for other stuff, but I kind of want to keep this in against the the stuff because it runs a Borg and it runs Spy and all that stuff. So not Zaborg, Dekoichi, I guess is what I was trying to say. Alrighty, well. I'll like go ahead and just rip in the duo here. Interesting he kept in the knock. That's good to know if we lose game 3 or game this game. But probably not. Our start is kind of nuts. Oh, I did the thing where I discard Graceful first. That's gross. So I'll go with that. And I'll probably just... I think I like getting rid of the goats, maybe? Yeah, I think I like getting rid of the goats, because I can always search them back out with the thing if I need to, so... Okay, Torrential. It's fine. Hit a Sangan set. Okay. That's fine. Gets darks, gets lights into our grave. See what he grabs. I also could have just set the Faith there, but I think it's fine how I played it. I think it matters that much. Okay, just pass. I could get like Reapered, but I think it's okay if I do. Yeah. So now I have a decision to make whether, depending on what I draw, but if I want to set the Faith and just hold it, or if I want to go ahead and just Faith meta. Okay, that answers that question. We haven't seen any spell trap removal, so I worry about the snatch going through. I think I just like using smashing pass. So this game's starting to kind of get away from us. I'll have to review the replay to see exactly why. See what he grabs. Well, that's not good. Would have really liked those goats now. Don't get dust shooted. So I think I just have to snatch or I just lose. Okay, Solemn. Yeah, this is not looking good. Need to find some scapegoats. And quick. I think I set both of these just in case this new one's like a dust or MST, give themselves the 50-50 to hit it. Considering a Solemn, it seems. Maybe a book, but I don't really see a reason. Okay. Ring to finish it off, potentially. Well, we know he probably doesn't have another Solemn set now, so that's good. These battle traps have come in handy for sure. Need to find Goat, Serpent, something. That's not going to do it. Well, I think I just summon this and just attack on in, but I do that. I mean, he could definitely have a battle trap set. Or do I just set this and hope he doesn't attack back over with a monster of his own? I think I do that. I have a read this is a battle trap, and I'm going to stick by it. There are a lot of cards, though, I could draw that would be really nice here. Faith being one of them. Definitely just set that because I can get, you know, one of my graceful back or something, which now I wish I wouldn't have set both of these metas if I do get the graceful back, but should have had a bit more foresight there. Now I have to be kind of careful because if I do this faith and then he just swings back over, I just die. So great draws. Fantastic draws. Okay, so the knock will probably go. And I think I'm going to ditch the tribe as well. So at least this way, like, I don't die to, you know, something crazy. So now I go Mobius. It's a Solemn, okay. So I just need to snipe the battle trap now, which I assume to be this one on the left. GG's Joey. Yeah, I kind of sacked him, I would say, for the most part. But good game regardless. All right, let's get another one in. So he was on the kind of Zaborg aggro stuff. Almost through game 2. I'll definitely need to sit down and review that at some point later. Nice, no shine balls. Love it. Set the ring in case of like an Assure Priest or something. And we will just move on with our lives. Sorry, sometimes when I reach to type, I know I bump the mic stand, so it makes a weird noise. I apologize. Okay. So he has a spy in his hand. It's pretty cool. You can start with 8 cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's sick. But, oh, 9 cards. Even better. Tribe kind of sucks here. But, what you gonna do? Really would like a Zaborg in this spot, but it's not the end of the world. Let's see if I get dust shooted. So the question is, does he set the spy now, or set like a faith or something? I think I just rip the Minecon now because I have like a smashing to deal with one of the things, and plus he knows I have it now, so he's gonna play around it all game. So I'm just gonna rip this now. And I think I will swing in with these two. He had a pretty god start for Turbo, so there's not a ton I can be super upset about. And there's still ways I can claw my way back into this game. That hurts. I think I'll ring the tribe. Huh. So we know he still has one Thunder Dragon in hand. He probably has a Chaos Monster that he's saving. So I think I actually like using this. I think I do actually like using this Prima now. Attacking with both. I'm pretty susceptible to Heavy Storm this way, but whatever. Definitely could have heavy, and that'll do it, but okay. Kind of a weird way to do it. This is kind of a tricky situation here. Does he have a Chaos Sorcerer? He has one more Thunder Dragon in hand. I think I like going Tribe Smashing, but I don't know. This is tricky. I could always Tribe Crash and then like... I don't want to do anything. I don't want to... this feels so bad. I mean, really nothing feels good here. I think I will just go ahead and try smashing and then whatever. Attack for 16. And just pray he doesn't top deck a Chaos Monster or have one already in his hand. He's not shuffling, so we know what cards are getting drawn. So this is the new one he drew. This one he set. This is tricky because he could definitely have a spy set. Another tricky spot. I mean, what's he drawing? He's setting there like a Raigeki break or something. He has one. Screw it. I'm going for game. Wow. And it worked out. Crazy. Oh my gosh. And he left. Listen, a nice, Chaos Turbo win when they open the nuts feels pretty good. And that's what I'm saying. This deck can do that. I've had a lot of games against Turbo where they open really strong and I'm able to claw back. Now I got really lucky there. Like, he didn't have any answers, but still. Crazy game. How would I side against Turbo? That's one of the questions I have. I think it depends on how I see him side games 2 and 3. I think against like really good players, I probably would actually go with the control package because they're typically going to side the way that they would side against warriors, I assume, which is by bringing in extra battle traps and Zombiras, of which we really don't mind that with the scapegoats, the kind of decree control package. So cool. All right, well. All right, let's get into one more here. See if we can't go 3 for 3 on the day. I don't think I like doing a ton yet until I see what his hand is, but I will go ahead and actually summon the Shining Angel, at least, to set up some sort of swap play, but seeing his hand is really going to help here in this situation. So we've got Brain, Snatch, Torrent, Meta, BK, Dust Shoot. So this is like warrior, goat control essentially, so... which is interesting. I don't know how this matchup will go. He's going to Dust Shoot me and see my hand. So what is this sets? He sets probably the Torrential and the Dust Shoot. I'm going to get a little tricky here and set the Knock instead of the Mirror Force. I like sometimes when they see my hand off of Dust Shoot to kind of mix up what I'm setting, just to throw them off a little bit, because I saw his hand, I know this is Torrential, and I can kind of adjust the entire game accordingly. where if he assumes this is Mirror Force and it's not really Mirror Force, then, you know, it might put him into a situation he doesn't want to be in. Pot of Greed is good. Well, definitely not summoning that Venus as much as I would like to. Just gotta hope not to draw into any shine balls. Right on cue. Knows I have knock, so but I'm not going to overthink it. Go ahead and set this to try to get him maybe to bait, like summoning a monster, then torrentialing just to hit a shine ball. Okay. I just smashing pass. Attack pass. This decree is going to allow me to get very aggressive if we don't get torrential or no, don't get heavied or something. So I think like this is just game regardless, right? If I do the math correctly here. Well, he's only going to get one shine ball, so no, not quite. Is he setting a real monster here, or is he just setting the Serp? I don't want to swap this yet if it's just a Serpent. So what does he still have in hand that we're aware of? He has Brain Control, but he can't use it now. Okay. Well. A lot of ways we could have ended that there. I'm trying to figure out what exactly to side here. I don't think I want to keep these decrees in, because I know that he's on Goat's meta. Now it's just what to do. I think I will actually side into these battle traps because I saw Blade Knight. Books are, you know, good against control, obviously. I think I want to put an Ashura Priest in here. Where, though, is the question. I think I'll put it in over... I don't think he's fitting Spy into this deck, so I'm going to put it over the Sasuke, and I really don't want to change a ton. I don't want to decide into the control package myself. I don't want to end up in some control mirror or something. I think I'll take the mind control out. What do I replace it with? Maybe just put the second faith in, I guess. I'll keep the Nox just in case. I can take them out game 3 if I see he doesn't have any flips, but I don't want to completely take them out until I'm for sure that he's not setting anything. I really didn't see a ton of what he had to make any assertions, so. I think I'll attack with one of the balls and the other one I'll keep in defense. Okay, so no other spies in deck. Yeah, I'll hit 2. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any outs to meta, unfortunately. But if he doesn't have it, then... So he does have spy. That's good to be aware of. So he has to have the other spy in hand. Yeah, I don't have any way to deal with this currently. That's not going to do it. If I set the DD Warrior Lady and he attacks into it, then he's going to resolve his flip, which could be... Which actually, that might be a second spy, so maybe I should have done that. I should have set the DD Warrior Lady, let him attack into that. Then I don't have an out for the spy besides Snatch, so I don't know. So fortunately he's able to clear my, unfortunately he's able to clear my field, and I drew into another Venus, so this is not a great spot to be in. That will help me though, for sure. Unless he decides to just like go for game. 2400, 1200. Okay, this is not horrible, as long as he doesn't have a ring. And he does not. So how do I deal with this board most efficiently while trying to protect myself later in the game? That's the question. So, I don't like this Snatch here because I just feel like he has some sort of spell trap removal. Maybe, maybe not. But I just don't quite like it. Plus I have heavy, and so I don't really want to have this conflicting heavy thing. So I think I will... go ahead and Snatch, actually. So this will attack over that. That will go here. That way, at least, like if he does have like MST or something, the DD Warrior Lady can at least try to protect myself against, you know, the Zaborg. But if he's like Breaker or something, I think I just kind of screwed. Yeah. Is it just game? Yeah, it is just game. Okay. Well, I just didn't have any outs to the Thousand Eyes early. Didn't draw the books. So we knew it has spies in. So I'm going to definitely put this back in. I think I'll put it in over the Second Faith. We'll just reset that. I think I like everything else to a certain extent. Is there any need for Mobius in here? Not really. I kind of like the way this is all formatted at the moment. So, oh, I forgot about creature swap is not that great, but I really don't have a ton of things I want to put in here over it. So now that I know he is on some flips, though, I will put in the Minecon over it, I guess. If he's running spies and he's playing control, he probably has faiths in there and stuff like that. So, all right. Never fun to see the early ball, but you know what? Not the end of the world. Set this, set this. We'll just move on. Hopefully this can hang around for a turn to kind of set up a Zaborg. Not the greatest hand, but we can combat what he's doing depending on how it goes. I think I do like going ahead and pushing here. If you run into scapegoats, we can at least do with 2 of them, and then we have the book to protect against the Thousand Eyes play. Now, I play into heavy by setting the ring, but at the same time, I protect against a follow-up Zaborg. But we have ways to deal with Zaborg if he does that via Freed. So I'm down to just chill for now. Because he could go Thousand Eyes, I book it. He goes Zaborg. Ah, that sucks. Well, shoot. I think I will book the Blade Knight. Just so he can't like buff up the Thousand Eyes stats if he has it. Don't know what's going on here. Air Knight, okay. Pretty good spot to be in here, actually. Pretty much just Freed, right? And then set the ring. I think that's all there really is to it. Surprisingly, Air Knight Parshath is pretty good against this deck just because of the Shine Balls and the Venuses and a lot of the monsters you can get over with it. Don't run a ton of defense either, so. Yeah, card destruction. It's fine by me. Basically went -1 and Kaiku. Definitely gonna ring this. Might have like a chaos play now to follow up because he has light and dark, but that's okay. That is probably the correct decision. No way he has double. Oh, never mind. I'll go ahead and just press the advantage here. I don't want to play into Dust Shoot again, but at the same time, I definitely don't want to commit the tribe to the board yet or anything. He was holding it. That's all right. Not a big deal. Well, that'll do it. Nice draw there. Looks like he was holding a similar type hand. I just keep drawing these like Venus, Venus, Angel, Angel, but honestly it's been fine. They're just beaters. I mean, they're just vanilla beaters. I've drawn pretty well here these last few turns. Pot into the duo and stuff, so. All right, well, those were some interesting matches. They're ladder matches, so obviously, you know, take everything with a grain of salt. This sort of stuff does not happen consistently against the you know, kind of top players in Go format. But you know what? It's good practice. Good to get some reps in. Yeah, I drew really well. I think especially the first and third matches. Well, the second match we only played one game, but I think I drew pretty well, so that obviously helps. But at the same time, the deck did its thing. Yeah, so that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay. Yeah, and I will see you all around until the next one. Bye.